When I was shown the initial prototype for Puffle launch, I was on board immediately. I mean, it's the cannon barrel levels from Donkey Kong Country. This was nostalgic for me that we could put a game like that into Club Penguin. So I was on board. After some initial discussion of what the game should sound like, that it should be, high action in various ways, I went back and created a simple song that I called Puffle Howitzer, because I got it into my head that any song for this game should probably have a reference to some kind of gun into it, because you already had a Puffle cannon. Whatever. Here was the song. Presented Puffle Howitzer to the Puffle launch team, and they came back saying, it's not exactly the fit for the game. And I kind of agreed with that. I could see how it could be improved. So, fine. Started from scratch again on a new song that I called Puffle Bullet. And this is the song. The team was a big fan of this song. They thought this was a great way to go. And so going off of this same inspiration, I knew that there was going to be a boss battle theme needed in the game as well. And so I made a song called Boss Bullet. The third song that was needed was a success song. You've defeated the boss, but you have to actually get to the end of the level. So using Boss Bullet as a template, because I didn't want to have to start from scratch on a song that was going to be heard so infrequently, I made a Boss Bullet success song, which sounded like this. Now, those of you who played a lot of Puffle Launch may have just realized something. The first two songs, Puffle Bullet and Boss Bullet, you haven't heard those before. Those ones did not come up in the game. But that last one, that Boss Bullet success song, that one does sound familiar. So what happened? Well, here's the story of that. After I made the soundtrack for this game, which was one of the last things I did before leaving Disney Online Studios, the game was shown in some sort of high-level creative meeting as something that was close to launch ready. And in that meeting, somebody, I'm not exactly sure, said, "This is sounding too secret agenty. We've been doing a lot of secret agent stuff lately. We've launched the EPF stuff. It's not sounding like the right tone for a game that should be entirely not related to secret agents. It might be kind of confusing. This game has a crab in it. Is this Klutzy? No, it's a different crab. We need to separate them somehow." Now, Puffle Launch had already been through a number of different changes. I would really love it if somebody from the original Puffle Launch team could make their own video story talking about Scowly the Owl, the original boss for Puffle Launch. Yeah, really. What I do know is that shortly after I left Club Penguin, I got a message from people who worked there saying, "Hey, the soundtrack you made for Puffle Launch, you need to restart it from scratch. It needs to sound more electric guitar boys action-y rather than secret agenty." I was like, well, all right, restart it. So the new phase of Puffle Launch music began. So if the Puffle launch theme was remade and the boss theme was remade, why wasn't the victory music remade? I don't know. My suspicion is that whoever it was that was showing the game in the meeting didn't actually get as far as the part where you win against the crab when it was in front of the creative team, so it was just completely missed and ignored. So they never asked me to make a new success theme. So ironically, even though that one was the one that was kind of made last minute for the original soundtrack, it was the only thing that remained in the game in the new official soundtrack. These things happen. It's okay. Fast forward a year, and Puffle Launch, which has already launched on the regular Club Penguin website, has now been turned into a mobile game. Now, they didn't need any new music from me for that, but the game was going to have a trailer in front of it, a launch trailer telling people about the game. And animation work had already been done for it, but they contacted me and said, hey, you made the original music for Puffle Launch, so could you make the music for the launch trailer? And the launch trailer was very, very cute, and it had this Puffle going through all of this trouble trying to get a Puffle O-berry, and so it's like, okay, let's make something that's nice and cute. So this was the original song that I made for that. So after I presented that, the feedback I got back was, it's too cute. Now, in my mind, how could it be too cute? It's Puffles. Puffles are very cute. But they said, no. We are looking for something that's more just, again, has this edgier electric guitar-ish sort of quality to it. And so, okay. I need to come up with a new theme for the first half of this trailer. What can I use? And then I remembered Puffle Howitzer. So I took the melody that I made for Puffle Howitzer, had an electric guitar play it instead of just a string section, and threw that in there, and after some minor changes after that, that's what actually launched. Usually when it came to Club Penguin music, I was on the same page with what was going on there. But for whatever reason, in this song, I wasn't. It happens. As a music composer, you just kind of have to accept that the song you think that works better is not necessarily going to be what actually gets into the final project. There's countless video game and film scores out there that went through this problem. The movie Troy, starring Brad Pitt from 2008 or something like that, had its musical score completely changed. Star Wars Rogue One, same thing happened. Michael Giacchino came in at the last minute and had to make the score for that movie in 5 weeks. So this kind of thing is not unprecedented, and it's what happens. But I'm curious to know what you guys think as far as whether or not the original songs would have worked better, or whether or not you still prefer the ones that actually appeared in the game. Because there's going to be some nostalgia there, and I understand that, and that's fine. Before I go, I'd like to do a special shout out to all of you who have subscribed to this channel. We've hit over 1,000 subscribers on here, and that's awesome. So thank you so much for that. This is also the 10th behind the scenes music video that I've done for Club Penguin so far. So thank you so much for your support for that. It's been received really, really well. And I intend to make at least 10 more of these in the coming months, year. But yeah, thank you for watching and waddle on.